The top three will be coming back for the final later on this evening. T45-47, so this is for athletes with an arm impairment or loss of limb. We've got some T46 athletes running against T47. 46 have a slightly higher level of impairment, but it's 1 gold for both categories combined. Listen to the reception for the City of Plymouth athlete, James Arnott, my old club, coached by Ryan Freckleton. Close to his PB, that was a couple of years ago. He'll hope to go well against the youngster, Jaden Page. Knocked out in the heats in Tokyo, but he looks pumped, doesn't he? Talking to himself and after that PB in Brisbane. Thomas Normandier, he lives in Oregon, made the 400 final in the World Champs back in 2019, to the smaller figure of Bradley Muir from Namibia. Fourth in the National Champs a few months ago, 11:33 PB in March, and then to Shane Hudson. Very experienced now, the 37-year-old, just off the podium in the 400, way back in Rio, 6 years ago. So Arnott of England in 3, Page Australia 4, Normandier Canada in 5, Muir Namibia 6, and Hudson Jamaica in 7. An expectant hush descends on this stadium. Sellout crowd once again. This is our first evening session, and these para events proving to be an important part of the programme. Hudson nearest the camera for Jamaica. Cleanly away. Good start by the Australian Page, and the crowd roaring for Arnott on the far side. And Page was giving himself a big talking to, and it's worked. Page from Arnott, 11.17. Well, he was put under a little bit of pressure by James Arnott at the beginning, but the mullet sporting Australian looked like he really enjoyed that, Steph Reed.
Australia must have the same hairstyle as for everyone on the team, but that was a great run from Page. He came in with a new PB this year, which meant that he was already on fire, and it's 17. I mean, Australia must already be prepping for Brisbane. Now, sometimes disability can be a little bit difficult to relate to when you don't have one, but I would encourage anybody, next time you're out running, just try crossing your arms over your chest and running fast, and you will see how hard you have to work your core to keep that balance. Athletes do have the option to run with a prosthesis. I think in the case of Page, that's actually more to help out with his start. But it can also help with the weight. When the arms weigh the same, it just helps to keep a bit more of an even cadence.
Well, he certainly looked like he enjoyed it, Steph, and he will go again in the final. There was an excellent battle between Muir of Namibia and Hudson of Jamaica, and actually by a couple of thousandths of a second, 2 to be precise, the Namibian has just been given the nod. That was a very, very late dip by the African.
Oh, that's great to hear from him.
Jaden Page, yet another Australian sporting a mullet. Well, he'll be hoping to go well again in the final. James Arnott will be there, roared on every step of the way, and Muir by 2/1000ths of a second out dipping Hudson for the third automatic spots.